A wide cluster of CBD items exist for buy on the open nowadays, and it bodes well for everybody to pick up a solid comprehension of CBD-related wording and definitions. Doing as such will empower we all to pick items that are appropriate to our own necessities. In the accompanying sections, we will cover the basics of CBD segregates, figure out how they are made, analyze the manners by which they can be utilized, and clarify their valuable characteristics. Fundamental highlights of CBD. CBD precious stones, or detaches, speak to the most flawless and most serious CBD item accessible right now. With 99% virtue, these Secludes appear as a power that has included CBD concoction mixes alone. Secludes are not made in a lab and are not engineered, yet rather all characteristic items taken straight from hemp plants. Once removed, it is additionally refined and made into this stunningly unadulterated substance that is really prized by those aware of everything. The multi-step procedure of making CBD. CBD precious stones are sourced from weed plants by means of a scope of procedural advances that encourage the basic features of extraction and separation. A natural cannabis plant is the beginning stage. Remember, this isn't weed of the sort that creates a high. Hemp of business-grade quality is the thing that CBD segregates are produced using, and it is developed to give an ideal biomass. The hemp that is utilized is very unmistakable from the cannabis a recreational client would need. Despite the fact that the plant beginnings are the equivalent, the items are definitely not. Hemp contains no THC, making it perfect for making CBDs. There are numerous means engaged with making the CBD confines. To start with, it is important to utilize CO2 so as to get the oils and tars from the plant itself. Having gotten the FDA's imprimatur of well-being, a more prominent fixation is feasible, containing cannabinoids and unsaturated fats that normally happen in hemp. At that point, the removed substance will require winterization and decontamination. At this stage, CBD oils can be decontaminated in a particular procedure intended to evacuate superfluous plant materials. Unessential waxes are sifted away, and lipids are isolated during winterization. Presently, additional plant substances are dispensed with from what remains. The outcome is a CBD disconnect with practically complete virtue. In conclusion, wax and chlorophyll that might be left can be evacuated. The finished result is an unblemished CBD appropriate for ingestion or utilized in an assortment of utilizations. To confirm the dependability and immaculateness of a CBD confine, it is significant for it to experience thorough research facility tests. Holding fast to these suggestions helps verify that the cannabinoid fixation is suitable and compelling, and that there are no overwhelming metals, poisons, parasites, shape or mold abandoned. Items ought to be free from contaminants to the most elevated degree conceivable. The bunch of employments for CBD items. Due to the absence of THC in plant material, the disengaged precious stones are said to be a really perfect rendering that is hard to beat. The powder itself has no noticeable smell or flavor, and it tends to be utilized in an amazing scope of different items. Make sure to gauge the strength of the separate being utilized when creating oil mixtures. The 99% immaculateness of these gems shows that every milligram of CBD Seclude rises to a functioning CBD milligram. Sublingual utilization of CBD. Correspondingly to different items made with hemp oil, Secludes of CBD can be utilized orally. The individuals who wish to do as such may put the substance under their tongue for faster presentation into the framework. At the point when the oil sits for 60 to 90 seconds under the tongue, it gets into the blood a lot quicker than by means of different courses. Additionally, the oil will avoid quick digestion by the liver, something that should be maintained a strategic distance from, if at all conceivable. Utilizing the CBD disconnect along these lines is likewise more straightforward and simpler than different strategies. Making CBD oils and arrangements all alone. A shockingly huge number of people have a distinct fascination for creating consumable items at home. In spite of the fact that it is conceivable to utilize CBD oils in a variety of sustenances and beverages, none are as groundbreaking as CBD separates. Luckily, the detaches are solvent in bunches of various oil types, including coconut, avocado and palm, and they can be utilized to make implanted fluid arrangements. After an oil has been made, it tends to be utilized to imbue practically any eatable thing, for example, treats, brownies and so forth. It is likewise helpful for smoothies, espresso, and, to the amazement of many, as an oil for back rub. CBD has a breaking point of somewhere in the range of 320 and 356 degrees Fahrenheit, and warming to this dimension can diminish strength to some degree. This is a valid justification to practice a touch of alert and caution when using CBD disconnects along these lines. The reality of the situation is that it is smarter to cook with lower temperature so as to avert superfluous degeneration. It would baffle without a doubt to finish up restricting the viability of the item by committing the avoidable error of overheating it. Vaporization of CBD. 180 to 200 degrees Celsius is the range for vaporization of CBD detaches. Vapor has various valuable applications, including those identified with water bubblers in vape pens. It is likewise conceivable to breathe in these vapors straight or use in a spotting way. Detaches are extraordinary for making concentrates known to lift CBD levels for the individuals who vape. When vaporized, CBD can get into the blood in a proficient way that does not achieve the liver or stomach-related framework